Good evening. Or should I say good night? Pretty soon I'll be saying good morning. But we're going to get it done. NFL Week 2. Let's take care of these picks. We did pretty good last week. 13-3 last week on the picks. Not bad coming out of the gate. Not bad at all. So we're going to take it at the top, Week 2. Thursday night football. Commanders and Packers. That's going to be a good one for Thursday night. I picked the Packers last week, and they came through for me. They came through, but the Commanders, they're not no chopped liver. Oh, man. I'm going to pick the Packers again at home against the Commanders. It can go either way. That's one of those games, either way, but I'm going with those Packers in Week 2. I'll try not to keep it too long, elaborate too much on these teams so we can get on through them. Seahawks and Steelers. Of course, the Steelers at home. Got to rock with them. Aaron Rodgers coming off that high. They're going to be at home. You know they want to have a great showing. Seahawks, they finding themselves. I believe they lost last week. They lose last week. Yes, to the 49ers, 17-3. So I'm not expecting the Seahawks to. Are they going to make the playoffs? I doubt it. Steelers at home, they keep the train moving in Week 2. Bills and Jets. Now that's the one everybody's going to be waiting on. That's going to be a doozy. Rival game, of course. Bills and Jets. I went against the Jets last week. Aaron Glenn, you know what? I'm going to roll with you this week. Even though the Bills come off that high. They came back on the Ravens. At least, the Ravens choked it away. But they came back and they pulled it out. Hell of a game for Josh Allen. But I'm going to say the Jets at home. I don't believe the Jets will go 0-2. We'll see. But that's going to be a good one. I'm picking the Jets in Week 2. All right. Jaguars and Bengals. That's going to be a nice one. Going to be a nice one. Bengals on a mission. Bengals are on a mission. I'm picking the Bengals against the Jaguars. That's going to be a good one, though. Tune in to that. That's a lot of offensive firepower on both sides. That's going to be an exciting game. Bengals in Week 2. Browns and Ravens. Ravens coming off that disappointing choke job. Browns got to pay for it. Somebody got to pay. Browns going to pay for it. So, would you throw Flacco out there again this week? Flacco had, 2 interceptions? It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Dylan Gabriel is the next man up. I say pull Flacco quick, put Dylan Gabriel in there, see what he can do. If he start choking, you might see Shadur before the season's over with if they move quickly. It's the only way I see it. Only way I see it. But if they try to ride this thing out, like try to ride Joe Flacco to Week 6 with his up and down roller coaster gameplay, bad franchise anyway. They don't do nothing right. Nothing. They'll draw this thing out just to prove a point. But of course, I'm going with the Ravens, the desperate, starving, craving Ravens. I got to go with them. I'll be damned if they lose 2 in a row by the hands of the Browns. I don't see it. Ravens in Week 2. Let's take this down one. Broncos and Colts. Colts had an out-of-body experience last week, didn't they? 33 points. When they 33-8, who did they play? They beat somebody 33-8. The Colts did. The Dolphins. The finless Dolphins. They might be the new misfits. The Dolphins. They might be the new misfits. I think they running neck to neck with the Giants. I'll tell you one thing though. Uh, I guess we'll wait till we get to them. I'm not gonna elaborate on them. We'll wait till we get to them. I'm going with the Broncos. I think the Colts had an out-of-body experience. I don't think they're going to put up that many points again. And Daniel Jones look like he's trying to prove me wrong. I've been talking about him all year long and last year as well. Uh, he played well. He played well. I don't think he's going to sustain it, but he played well. I don't believe he's going to do that with the Broncos. I think the Broncos with Bo Nix, Sean Payton, you know how they do it. They're going to keep the train rolling over there as well. That's going to be a hard task for the Colts to win. Plus, they're in the Texas division. Always have to go against the teams that's in, well, not all the time, but when I can, I go against the teams in the Texas division all the time, especially if it's favorable. I will pick the other team. In this case, it's favorable. I'm going with the Denver Broncos against the Colts in week 2. And that's what we do. Oh my. Look at here. This is what everybody's waiting on. Eagles and Chiefs. They will call it the Super Bowl rematch, is what they will try to call it. It's going to be a big one, and it's a dangerous game for the Eagles. No doubt about that. Especially with the Chiefs losing last week. Chiefs usually don't go 0-2. It's very rare to get the Chiefs to lose 2 games in a row. That's how crucial this game is. That's going to be a hell of a game. A hell of a game. And they're playing over there at Arrowhead. Got to come ready. Good thing about this game, Jalen Carter's going to be playing in it. They already came down with the fine. He already served out his suspension, missing that game. So he will be there for the Chiefs. And thank God he will be there for the Chiefs because you're going to need him clogging that middle. You're going to need the pressure on Patrick Magician Mahomes is what I call him, to keep him on the run, keep him off balance. Because you're going to get the Chiefs' best shot in this game. No doubt about that. I mean, they don't want to go 0-2. It'll be very dangerous territory for them to start this season out 0-2. All right? And, of course, they're going to get up for the Eagles. Eagles got to come in. They got to be ready. Eagles play like they did last week. They're going to get embarrassed. Plain and simple. You play like you played last week, you will get embarrassed. You're going to have to find a way to locate A.J. Brown in this game. He cannot have no targets or 1 catch for 8 yards. Not in this game. Not in this game. Big game going with those Eagles in week 2. All eyes will be on that one. Sunday afternoon. Buccaneers and Texans. And I thought about this for a couple of days. I did. Because I almost actually went with the Bucs. And I just as well could go with the Bucs. After that performance from the Texans, I just as well could go with the Buccaneers. But you know what? I told myself, you know what? The Texans are at home. They're embarrassed. They know they played a bad, terrible game. They're going to come out there and they're going to show something at home. They're going to play with some fire. They're going to work their ass off this week, getting the little details in line. All right? At the line of scrimmage. Covering some guys up. Getting off the field on 3rd downs. I say they're going to do it this week against the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are on the high since last season. Baker Mayfield, we already talked about him. Out-of-body experience is the level he's playing at. Hate to see it, but he's playing. He's playing. And you know the receivers they have over there. You know the defense they have with their head coach, defensive-minded. It's on the, it's right there. I forgot his name. But anyway, he's a defensive-minded coach. And they play mean. So the Texans are going to have to be disciplined. They're going to have to hold on to the ball this week. All right, CJ Stroud got to look real good. Real good. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. If these Texans come in there half of what they did in last game, the boo birds are going to come out. Texans, they're going to boo them. They're going to boo them. And they need to be booed. So I'm rolling with them this week because I believe they're going to turn it around and give us a good showing. So Texans in week 2. All right. Let's take this thing to the top. Giants and Cowboys. This is an easy one, actually. Barely can fix my mouth to even say it. But I am picking the Cowboys this week.
Oh, that's not good.
Against the Giants. Giants, they are misfits number 2. No doubt about that. They got to figure out what they're going to do. It's almost like the Joe Flacco situation. How long are you going to wait? Because Jackson Dart needs to be in there. All right? He needs to be in there. We want the veteran in there. If he can hold it down and get some wins and not play bad football. But if you continue to lose, you got to put Jackson Dart in there. Russell Wilson ain't the future, just like Joe Flacco ain't. So what you going to do? You going to wait too long? You going to give the people what they want to see? People want to see Jackson Dart. So yeah, Cowboys all the way. Cowboys all the way. All right, week 2. Rams and Titans. That's gonna be a good one. Well, I don't know who, but I guess it's gonna be a good one. Titans, yeah, I mean young Cam Ward, and you got the Rams. Could be a good one, but I'm going with the Rams, of course. Going with the veteran squad. Like Cam Ward, but you know he got some things he got to polish up. Young team, but you always roll with the veteran squad. Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, Devontae Adams. Can't go wrong with that. They've been there, done that before, and they will do it in Tennessee in week 2. That's who I'm rolling with. All right. Patriots and Dolphins. Oh man. I'm going for the Patriots. I'm just looking at the Dolphins. Because after that performance by them Dolphins, you can already see that this team gave up. Coach completely lost this team. Want to talk about no effort? Defense paper thin. Don't even have the basic fundamentals on offense. They're going to get Tua hurt if they continue to play this way. McDaniels at the press conference, I'll tell you one thing. I would have a pink slip sliding right underneath his door Saturday morning. I would not allow him to coach my football team after what I heard from him at the podium. Man's lost. He's speaking of a man that wants to be fired. I think he just wants the pain to stop. I really do. That man is gone. His mind, he's ready to go. And I would do him a favor and I would send him out soon as possible. Send the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator to fill in at an interim position, but he has to go. If he goes back out there on week 2, there's a serious problem. That franchise is torn up completely. No way. I'm going with the Patriots in week 2. No way. And yes, they are the misfits as well. All right. 49ers and Saints. Last year I picked the Saints a lot, but this year so far I'm not picking the Saints. I haven't watched them yet. Haven't watched them live. I don't really know too much of what they got. All I hear about this Rattler kid. But are they going to win ball games with the Rattler kid? They're at home. 49ers, veteran squad, even though they banged up a little bit. I don't even believe Kittles is going to play this week. But, hey, they still got guys that can get it done. Have faith in them instead of Saints at this point. Maybe further down the line, middle of the season, maybe I get some faith in the Saints and I can pick them one of these weeks. But right now, I got to see them on film first at least. But I'm going with the 49ers in week 2. Got to do it. All right. Bears and Lions. Okay. Look at this one right here. This arrival right here. This is going to be a doozy. Lions lost last week. Bears lost as well. Then who the Lions lost to? Packers. That's right. Packers beat the Lions. That gave me one of my wins, actually, that game there. So the Lions are going to come in desperate. Real desperate. Bears too, but Bears, they got to get their stuff together, their fundamentals. Caleb Williams has to figure it out. Is it enough time to get it together, him and Ben Johnson? After what you done seen on Monday night? I don't know. We have to see. But I'm not going to sit and wait. I'm going with the Lions. I don't believe the Lions at home are going to start this season 0-2. I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. I got to go with the Lions in week 2. Bears, I'd love to see y'all win it. Hope you get it together. I really do. I really do. But not in week 2. All right? Let's go down one. Panthers and Cardinals. You know that ticker at the bottom of your TV? That's the only action these two teams going to be getting. People checking to see what the score is and be like, oh, okay, he got one. He scored a touchdown at halftime on you. Nobody's watching that game. Nobody really cares. All right? So I can flip a coin on this one, actually. Got a dime right over here. Let me see. See what it lands on. A little dark. I couldn't catch it. But let me see. Where is this at? It's on heads. I'm going with the Cardinals at home. And luckily, I don't even think I called it. I just called it heads. But I'm going with the Cardinals at home against the Panthers. That's the best bet because the Panthers got paper-thin defense. Bryce Young, he's still looking glossy-eyed out there. Don't know what the hell he's doing. Cardinals, at least they got some offensive firepower with Murray and the Harrison Jr. boy. So, hey, at least they can score some points. I'm going with the Cardinals in week 2. No doubt about it. All right. Let's take it down one. We're getting it done. We're getting it done. Falcons and Vikings. The comeback kid, J.J. McCarthy. What a hell of a game. What a hell of a game on Monday night against those Bears. Yes, that kid got some heart. Tough as nails. That's a perfect example of being at the rock bottom and then working your way back up at the top. That's like what happened in that game. They played against the Falcons. I like the Falcons, though. I really do. I think they lost last week. Might pick those Falcons against the Vikings. Vikings are at home. They're riding off a good high. But I'm going to say Atlanta Falcons are going to go in there and they're going to pull out a win. Make them both 1-1. I'm going with the Falcons in week 2. All right? Let's take it down one more. Chargers and Raiders. This is the last one. Last pick of this week. I like both of these teams. love the Raiders too. Raiders are at home. They won last week, matter of fact. Both of these teams won. Something telling me to pick these Chargers though. Harbaugh, Herbert, they coming off a high, beating the Kansas City Chiefs in the opener. Are they gonna get brought back down to earth playing these Raiders in week 2? Geno Smith, Pete Carroll. I know a friend of mine is not gonna like this, but I'm gonna go with those Chargers. I'm going for those Chargers in week 2. But I do love the Raiders. I do. But some tell that's a Monday night game too. We have a double header on Monday night this week coming in week 2. The Buccaneers and the Texans and the Chargers and the Raiders. It's gonna be good double header. Oh yeah, I'm going with the Chargers in week 2. Yeah, gotta do it. If I offended anybody, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. That does it. Those are my picks. Check them out. Any mistakes? Did I screw something up? Or does it sound good? Hey, I'm 13-3 right now. All right. I'm feeling good. Do it at least look like it's double digit wins? What you think? I think I did pretty good. Those are my picks. We're going to see what they do in week 2. G.S.Q.H, Goodymo Sports Quick Hits. Like I say, late night going into the morning time. A little early morning. But we here, we're there. Right now it's still terrible Tuesday. We working in a weary Wednesday now. So y'all take it easy. Be safe out there. And good luck this week coming in. We out of here. Peace.